Incremental greetings. Today what I want to share is something I did recently. And it's more or less, I could say, to rediscover your elements. The ones that have been sent to Oblivion, that are auto-postponed over and over again, or because of their priority, they are outstanding, but they are never seen anyways. And then you realize, hey, that was forgotten for me, but now that I see it again in my collection, hey, it's actually useful again. I just rediscovered those elements. So I remember, back in the day, when I was a die-hard Linux user, I used Amarok, and their slogan is to rediscover your music. And it's a good analogy with elements. So what I did is actually very easy, very easy. In order to do that, what I do is a subset. First, there are several ways. One is to go what is already outstanding, the outstanding queue. Then I'll filter only topics. And then I sort by interval. And you can see I have some that they already have more than 1,000 days. Keep in mind, it's been a long while, years, that I don't use auto-postpone. So that's the genuine interval most of the time. So something that the last date is August 2020. And if you remember, that's actually when I started this YouTube channel, in August. And in the video that I react to my fluent and novice self, reacting to my old recordings, it's what I noticed. That, oh wow, doing this flow that I'm describing now, and I realized that I was actually importing that, or doing the first repetition on that article. And I completely forgot. Like the sunk cost fallacy, cognitive inertia, and so on, that is here. In this case, I know that because I'm working on a backup, so I did this with my genuine collection. This already happened. I processed that already. So what I do is just follow this. That doesn't mean it's the longest outstanding date, the farthest to the future. Not necessarily, because it's the longest interval. So if the last repetition was 1 year ago, let me see in this case, well, in this case it's 2023. And it's been outstanding for almost a year. It's been over outstanding for almost a year. 7 postpones. Okay. And I will completely forgot about this. Now it's 1,000 days. And because of the priorities, if I don't search for this heuristic, I won't see that in, at the very least, 1,000 days. Effort heuristic, the word, sometimes it's something I don't care much, or can wait, that is true. All of that, still, in this backup I didn't finish the SuperMemo documentation, lol. And here you have cognitive inertia, that now is A. Now it's relevant enough, and at some point, all related to cognitive dissonance, is A. So now, I rediscovered this extract, or in this case it's not an extract, it's from a split. So perhaps I've never seen that. Yeah, I have never seen that. That was automated from a split and sent to Oblivion. And imagine the original priority was quite high. So that's a good example. And you can fine-tune this as much as you want. So perhaps I don't even want to be outstanding. So you go by topics. So I'm including the ones that are not outstanding. Then I only want them memorized. I don't want the folders. I do the same. And I can customize. Let's say that I want to guarantee that it's something that it will be from a split or something I have never seen. I can press F8. Hey, I want at least to have 2 repetitions. 20,000. I mean almost 11,000. Yes, I have 1 human repetition. Cool. In some cases, I have did some work. I have an extract. In this case, I did some close deletions. Oh look, 3 days, 900 days, and that was last year. And the sunk cost fallacy was very well welcomed, because then I just share it straight to a video of mine, because hey, I can actually realized that with SuperMemo, I overcome this bias. I'm aware and I can overcome it a lot quicker. I'm still experiencing this bias, but I move on super quick, unlike before. So now we saw I want to read this, so I know more the details, what's connected, oh, what is this groupthink, with optimism. And if I want to share and write about that, I will dig more into this. And what would have happened? That I would have never seen that in my life again because of the huge interval and super low priority. And you can have as many combinations you want. Since those are topics, there will be no lapses, but you can go by repetition. Something I did at the very end of the first year, let's say. The first year, when I started in August until the end of the year, is let's see what's there. Oh, not much, 300. It's actually lower than I expected. And look, all of the intervals are in the 2-year-ish, which makes sense. But look at the priority range. What is this crap? So from 63 to 82, they have very similar intervals and very similar priority range. Why? Because back then I didn't prioritize that much or that well. And because of postponing, they had their priority decreased. They have been pushed and pushed to the lower tier of priority range. So it makes sense now, it's more homogeneous. So now I cannot differentiate misinformation effect, hindsight bias, memory inhibition, gating, electrophysiology. And if I want to, I could even divide this by branch, concept group. Hey, I want to take out what's not related to memory. What's there? Oh, I have biologic membrane with proteins. Oh, I have ion channel and stuff like this. Electron. So I have this as a chance to rediscover my elements. And when upon this, I will take some action. So let's say that, for instance, saccade eye movement. Now I do care. Let me see where this comes from. Oh, it's actually memory once again. I thought I wanted to go to another topic, but okay, I do accept it's related to memory. But what I will do is that the priorities, the intervals are actually quite low. See, the one I saw is actually the longest. Wow, how unlikely. So what I will do now is that I will reset the priority. It's no. Now I want this to be in a very high range. Or I just, I don't even care. I will just sort, let's say by interval, and I will do the subset right away. And yeah, and then you discover, you speak your by serendipity, you have a peak in plausibility and learnentropy, using Piotr Wozniak terminology. And oh wow, this, that. And I had like 3-hour session of something that was super low priority at the beginning of the session because I use this. So what I consider this as a valid option once in a while is, yeah, let's do. And in case you have organized knowledge tree, so you know what, let's do health and well-being only. So we'll filter first the branch, then the topics, then the memorized. And here I have the dreaming, some sleep, diabetes, but hey, I haven't dig into sleep that much, and I don't have a concept for sleep anymore. You see, let's go. And this is from August of the first year as well. So within the first month, I imported all of that when I was a noob. And yeah, I can also guarantee I was a noob because I was splitting all the time. So for instance, that's genuine. What happens now is that I have a lot of mucus in the nose because the weather is terrible. It's getting hot and cold in a few days. So I cannot adapt that quick. And I cannot breathe with my nose. So I am breathing, which I know it's bad. I actually have an article about this. But hey, now that's more prominent. Hey, I have this, let me see. Several workflow, or I have a little sleep. So I'll be curious to do the subset here. And let's see if there's something that it was there in my collection. Now I see that, hey, now what happens that before I had no issue with sleep. So, okay, once I know what's the hygiene of sleep, a good sleep biphasic pattern with napping and so on, yeah, okay. Those are the facts, and I don't need, or with depression, I'm not depressed anymore because of now I do free learning, unlike before, that I was chronically depressed for years. Yeah, now depression, it doesn't have the same importance for me because now it's not my problem. So I don't want to learn about this to solve my problem because it's not a problem anymore. But that's the opposite now. You say, now I don't know if you can notice by my voice, I wake up several times because of the weird breathing, or my mouth is super dry. It's, hey, what can I do to solve this new problem that I had before? Yep, I could use this. So I could start from scratch, searching online and then importing this. And when I import, and then I discovered, hey, that's a duplicate, which this also happened. And then I go, let me do one second example. Neuroscience of sleep. I dig into this, is, oh, wait a second, it's already in my collection. Then I go to view, is, oh, wow, wait a second, it's there. No. Oh, wow, it's from 2 years or whatever. What I will do is I go to in this case, because I did a split, I go to the parent, in this case. Then I take only the items. So I take out the items. I take out the folders with memorized. And in this case, if it's short enough, and I have the time, I will do the subset. If I don't, what I will do is that I will shorten the intervals. In this case, are very homogenic. 900, oh wow. So it's not the best example because almost all of them have the same number. But I will process the browser and advance the topics. That's an extreme case that I only want for today or the next day, for tomorrow or next day. And because I did this has already have affected the priority with only changing that. But what happens, since I know it's not enough, I won't see that on the outstanding queue, I will also modify the priority. Because now it is related, or it could be related to one of the issues I face today, and I want to solve today. I don't want to wait. So I will increase the priorities. In this case, are very similar. So instead of increase and keeping the same distance, relative distance, I will just spread them. It is a lot quicker. And let's say with this number and 3%. Ba-boom. And what changed is the last repetition. When you do this action in bulk in the browser, you do advanced for topics, this registers as a repetition, unlike items. I have another automatic rep. And look at the interval. 1,200 days have passed. Oh my god. It's been so long that even the image is gone. Wow. So those are just some illustrative cases. I know here I'm pretending a little, it's not a genuine example, because I will need like 2 hours of footage. It will be too long. But you can imagine the purpose is the same. And you can use whatever combination. I only focus on topics. If you have a lot of items that have been outstanding for years, you can also do it for items. So, hope this has been helpful. It's one trick you can use when you don't feel like doing the outstanding queue for whatever reason, you're not in the mood to explore more. That's something you can do anytime to rediscover your elements. Nothing more to add today, and see you incrementally.